Anyway, here's a statistic that that nobody's going to like, and basically 95 to 98% of the people who start as affiliate marketers fail to make any money. And hopefully, what I share with you this evening is going to make sure that you're in that top 5 to well, the top 2 to 5%, I guess. I'm going to show you my site. This is not the site that I started out with, and as you can see, it's in the dating realm. It's probably one of the most competitive realms in which to work. And if I go back to OfferVault, I can see that, okay, dating isn't one of the top 10 search terms that comes up, but it certainly is one of the ones that I've seen scroll across here on a regular basis at OfferVault. Now, how do you make a dating site work other than just pumping out, you know, specifically just, you know, collecting a bunch of email addresses and pumping out a whole bunch of offers? Well, I blog, and I don't blog all that regularly nowadays. My primary philosophy in this whole business is work smarter, not harder. And so what I've done is I basically set up a website where information is always the first thing that I'll put up here. So I've got a list of articles, and that's what I think a website should. The objective of any website should be first is to inform and entertain, because people are more than likely looking to have their questions answered, even in the online dating industry, for as long as it's been around. I mean, there's not a whole lot of stigma attached anymore to meeting people online. However, there are some definite concerns within the industry. There's been all sorts of horror stories left, right, and center about people who are getting caught up with scam artists and having all their money stolen, or meeting people offline and being attacked and whatever else. And so I address all of those things. What I try to do is I lessen their concerns about getting involved or participating on an online dating site by talking about the scams. As a matter of fact, if I scroll down here, well, this is actually a funny story. The responsible Nigerian dating, but there was recently a story about a soldier in Iraq who was using an online dating site to get, and it wasn't a real soldier, but he was posing as a soldier, and so I picked that up off of Google Alerts and reposted it with a little bit of commentary, and it was amazing that the number of people who responded to that. But at the same time, I drive them back to, I inform them again if they're commenting about they're afraid. I'm getting involved with the people who show up on my blog and leave comments. And so I'm building a relationship with them. And I think that is really seriously the biggest key to a sustainable business. I hardly ever nowadays do any PPC marketing at all, and that is honestly certainly not for my affiliate sites. I do it for my own products, but very, very little. And so it's all SEO driven, and it's all based on this right here, my email sign-up form, and there are actually many more than 100,000 names on this list. But I just say that it's read by 100,000 singles. And so I'm not constantly chasing down new leads, right? Like I've got my constant readers, my regular readers, and they come back, and as soon as I send them out a newsletter, and I don't put all of the news in my newsletter, I keep it short and sweet. I want to bring them back to the site. I want to encourage better SEO by having more people visit the site on a regular basis. And as soon as they see the newsletter, they come back to the site, and they just keep on going. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if you are not building a list, if you're not capturing your own names and email addresses from the people who visit your site, you're basically, what you've got is an affiliate job. It's not an affiliate business. It is a job, because the only person you're working for in that case, if all you're doing is just pumping out the offers through PPC marketing or whatever, you're working for the merchant, directly for the merchant, instead of working for yourself. Because if something happens to that merchant, or they decide to cut their commissions by half, which I've seen quite a few of those things coming out. Like, I get all the emails from all the networks and all my merchants. I think it was just LifeLock that cut their commissions the other day. And so, if you've been counting on that for a steady supply of your income, that would seriously hurt. So that's the other thing, is diversification. And I don't just promote dating sites on my site. I promote and a number of different dating sites. Like, I've tried to capture everything. Like, it's a very generic site, and I know that everybody tells you, oh, you've got to niche down, you've got to like just do Christian dating or whatever, and that's great too if that's what you want to do. But I started out with with just doing a generic dating site, and have built it out over time. But I also include a number of different product and service reviews, and when you get into the realm of romantic gifts, there's so many possibilities that you can do. And actually, I'm gonna get into weight loss as well. I was actually, maybe not so much weight loss. What I really liked here, Mark, was your the Total Gym. I've got one of those, and they pay $225. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna start selling those. Nice. Get people in shape. Well, what was funny, and I mean, part of this is that it should be fun. Like, what you're doing, you should be interested in it. You should have fun with it. And I can't see how just pumping out a bunch of offers about about credit or finance or forex, especially if you don't know anything about it, you're just out to make commissions, what's the name of that stuff? Acai berry. Acai berry. Like, if you've never used the product, I mean, seriously, just doing that, it doesn't, I don't think, leave you with a good feeling at the end of the day, and especially not if you want to do that for 10 years. That's the other thing, is that I have products that really do stand the test of time. I mean, I've been promoting Match.com and Friend Finder and all of those guys for as long as I've been in business, and they're still around, which means that I really don't have to change my links all that often, which does mean that I get to go on 6-week-long holidays. And that there again is that work smarter, not harder thing. When you're working from an authority site, when you build out an authority site, and you're it's there for the long term. Like, you're looking for those offers that have stood the test of time. They're branded. They've seen, your visitors have seen the product on TV or whatever, so you don't have to sell it to them. They've already heard about it. All you have to do is basically give them a little bit more information about it and send them off to to go and buy.
Rosalind, yes. You've already brought up a couple of really good points I'd like to just emphasize a little bit. One is the fact that you talked about this, list building, and the fact that, you talk about affiliate marketing being a job versus what do you have to do to have a business. And that is just so important for people to really understand. And there's nothing wrong when you're first starting out to be an affiliate and to just drive traffic to merchants and, make commissions, as long as you understand that that's just an exercise at first, just to get your feet wet and to get some experience. But you really need a plan in place to build a long-term business, and that's where you start to build assets that stand over and above just being an affiliate. And for Roz, that means building her list, and also you're building a source of traffic by doing SEO, and that is another asset. So you're really building two types of assets here that will last over the long term.
Absolutely, that really is. Other than your own brain and desire to to be in business and have a sustainable business and make good money, and I never talked about that, but seriously, like. Well, when I wrote my book, the subtitle was "How I Made $436,797 in 1 year selling other people's stuff."